It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got two beers, one from Guinness. It's their original extra stout coming in at 4.2% ABV, but we've all heard of Guinness. What's this? This is forged from Dublin, Ireland. It's an Irish stout coming in at 4.2% ABV in 440 milliliter cans. It's a nitro forged stout brewed and canned in Ireland by Conor McGregor. Now Conor McGregor is a mixed martial artist. I mean, you all know him. He's a boxer, kung fu artist. He fights in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or he did. I believe he's retired now, the UFC, and he became a featherweight and a lightweight champion, so quite a big deal. And I think he rose to fame probably about 5 to 8 years ago now, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, I believe, in a boxing match. That's when I think I heard the most about Colin McGregor, was that point where he was fighting in that boxing match. Since then, of course, I think he's brought out some vodka, I think he's brought out some beer. Being an Irishman, why can't he bring out a stout? But how does it hold up against the original extra stout from Guinness? I thought about purchasing the Guinness Draught, which is the nitro version of Guinness. But that was 4.1% ABV. With this being 4.2% ABV and the Guinness being 4.2% ABV, it's the same ABV. So that's the reason why I chose Guinness Original over the Draught Guinness. So without further ado then, let's... Now it's called Forged because it was started off to be brewed at the Old Forge pub in Ireland. But I can't imagine them putting this into Asda now, and Canada and the USA, that they're still brewing it in that small little micro pub in Ireland. But there's no real destination. I've looked on the internet to try and find where this beer has been brewed, and there's no real information. So if you can comment in the comments box who's brewed this beer, I'd be very, very happy, and I'll read all the comments. So Guinness Original, that come in at £5.25 for four 440 milliliter cans. And the Forged Irish Stout coming at £5.75, so about 50p more per box. But I imagine could very well be a better beer. So you can pick it up at Asda at the moment. Here we go then. Using a traditional pint pot for this video. I was quite lucky really. I picked up the last box in my local Asda. I had to find a lady and she said, yeah, there's definitely a box here somewhere. And we went hunting together. So thank you to the lovely lady in Asda who helped me find this box of beer. Here's the look at the beer. Then it's a 2-finger, slightly off-white head. Good levels of carbonation as you rock the beer back and forth. It's a jet black beer in the glass. Looking at the beer, judging it by its look, reading that it's a nitro stout, I'm 99% sure it's not brewed in that little kind of micro pub anymore. They might produce small batches of it for the locals, but they definitely don't produce it for Asda. So I'd love to know which brewery produces this beer for Colin McGregor and his Forged Stout. Another pint pot then to make things very fair. I'll leave the Guinness settle down a little bit. I don't think Guinness needs to be nitro, blown nitrogen through it, do you? I mean, there's no real reason. I mean, look at this. I give it a bit of a rigorous pour, and that looks like a normal draft Guinness. 3 finger, slightly off-white head, jet black beer in the glass, no light bleeding through it whatsoever. But you can tell, rocking the beer back and forth, compared to the 2 beers, you can see the difference between the nitro version. See that kind of small carbonation chasing the head of the glass? Whereas the Guinness original doesn't have that. But again, I thought it was fair to put 4.2 up against 4.2 ABV. Let's get the aroma then on the forged Irish Stout from Colin McGregor. Smells okay. Smells a little bit like a milk stout. A little lactosey. A little bit roasty and toasty. To be honest with you, I was expecting a little bit more, just a little bit more roasted malt to come through on the aroma, if I'm perfectly honest. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. I mean, it's like milk. And it's like the same consistency as milk. Really creamy, a little bit rich, a little bit of bitterness coming through. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. I mean, if you were really thirsty, you could really smack a couple of these down. It's incredibly drinkable. It's going down like a glass of milk. It really is. A little bit roasty, a little bit toasty. I was expecting more roasted malt, to be honest. I was expecting it to have a little bit more of a malty kind of roasted malt kind of backbone to it. Let's see how it fares up against Guinness then. Cheers. My goodness me. My first question is, and it's a question to myself, is, as the rain starts to come down in the bar, it almost tastes, I would say the Guinness actually, now I've had it, now I've swallowed it, and it's kind of, my taste buds are kind of getting used to it. There is a difference. There's not much of a difference, but there is a difference. It's a little bit more bitter. It's a little bit more kind of like dark berry fruity Guinness compared to the forged Irish Stout. A little bit more in the way of that kind of natural carbonation coming through as well, which of course is, I mean, this is not a nitro stout, so perfectly acceptable for it to not taste like milk like the forged. Let's put them both, let's literally put them both together at the same time. I'm going to say there is a difference in the beer. The forged is coming through more as it's more kind of lactosey. It's more kind of milk-like. It's more, but then there's less in the way of roasted malt. There's less in the way of hops too. It's just like a really creamy, easily drinkable. It's absolutely smashable is what it is. It really is. But it's lacking in flavour. It's lacking in flavour. So a double-edged sword then. Do I want my stout to just be a knockback beer that I can really, I mean, you could probably smack 4 of them cans in an hour. I reckon you could drink 4 cans in an hour quite easily. It's so drinkable. But we're in an age now where we want more from our beer. We want more flavour. We want more robustness. We just want a little bit more roastiness, toastiness. I actually prefer the Guinness and I'm not a massive Guinness fan. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a huge Guinness fan, but putting this Guinness Original Extra Stout up against the forged Irish Stout, for me it's better. It's more flavoursome. The more I drink Guinness, the more I like it. I mean, I did the Nitro thing when that came out back in February, the Nitro Surge thing. Put it up against Brewdog's Black Stout. And I was surprised by how tasty Guinness was back then. Putting Guinness Original up against this forged Irish Stout. Again, I'm surprised by how tasty the Guinness is in comparison to this forged Irish Stout. Again, comment in the comments box. I'd love to know where this is brewed, the forged. I mean, it's doing all the things that, I mean, it's looking great for a stout. They've obviously angled this very squarely at the Guinness market. It looks very good. It smells okay. It smells like a milk stout. It's incredibly drinkable. But it's just lacking a little bit. In fact, it's lacking quite a lot in the roasted malt department. So I'm going to rate the two beers. I'm going to say the forged is a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. More money, £5.75 versus £5.25. Both beers available in Asda. And the Guinness, the Guinness Extra Stout gets a 7 out of 10. So, I mean, I had no idea which one was going to win. I had no idea where this review was going to go. I think, again, I'm kind of like surprised myself almost in new products come to market. You expect those new products to be better than what it's kind of squared at, which is firmly Guinness. And it turns out it's not as nice. That's only my personal opinion now. You might try it. You might absolutely love it. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.